Loved one is TJ, and I'm back to talk about self love and why it is important to our own health, healing, and well being. Okay, so in my other video, I talked about loving on everything, every aspect of you, every part of your character, the ugly, the messy, all of that. When you do this, you release the resistance and it allows you to better release whatever it is that you want to change. Okay? When we hold on to shame and guilt and desperation and fear about whatever, we keep it. It's our attention is still on it. We hold on to it because think about it. We're thinking about how ashamed we are about something that we did, or maybe our appearance, or just whatever. How embarrassed was I when this happened? Look, release that. Release the resistance on it. Love it. Thank it for the service that it gave you at the time, and then send it on its way by loving it and replacing it or transmuting it into something that's more useful, that's something more in allowing you to unfold in the best possible way. I also talked about forgiving, but before I get to that, there's one more thing. When we were children, we went through different things, okay? Everybody has a story. And a lot of times as an adult, we walk around and we continue to carry these things. Sometimes we don't realize it. We remember the thing, sometimes we don't remember the thing, but sometimes we just don't realize that we're carrying trauma from childhood, or maybe something that someone said and you were like happy and then they came in and disrupted the happiness. And that sends sort of a jolt through your system that you might be carrying around in your adult life. And that's why, again, I go back into the self love. So you want to tell that inner child, because that child is still there, as grown as we are, as responsible as we are, and all the things, and paying the bills, and, all of that, showing up. That child is still there, and that child may still be hurting. And that's why you need to take the time to love on your inner child and let your inner child know that it's all right. It is okay. I love you. Okay. And that might be a process for some people. It might take a minute for some people, and some it might, depending on how deep the situation is, it might be a little bit faster. As long as we're doing that and just allowing ourselves to just release and shed this old dead skin so that we can flourish and be who we are actually meant to be, who we truly are. Okay. And in doing this, you may notice that this pain that you had over here is no longer. You might forget all about it. You'll look up and like, wait a minute, whatever happened to that lower back pain? Whatever happened to the shoulder pain? I'm telling you. And that leads me into the forgiveness, forgiving yourself. You start with forgiving yourself. Whatever the situation may have been, you forgive yourself and you just sit in prayer, sit in meditation. And meditation is different. There's so many ways to do it. If you're new to meditation, just sit quietly. Just sit quietly and just relax into it. And you might want to chant. You might want to chant some affirmations. I forgive you. I appreciate the person that you are today. And you just continue, whatever is resonating and flowing and coming up through you, you go ahead and say it to yourself. This is a divine download. Okay. This is where the healing begins. It's up here and right here. Okay. So you give yourself a break, because ultimately in the end, after we do the self-love, like if you're not loving yourself, you're not going to be able to attract the kind of love that you want from other people, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships. So you have to do the inner work first. And when you do the inner work first, and in back, even with the forgiving, You're forgiving yourself. You have to then forgive other people. Okay. We are all in this together. We're all trying to figure this thing out, and holding on to grudges and things like that, again, only hurts you. It only hurts you physically and mentally, and it creates a block to keep you from continuing to attract the ease in your life that you want, the bliss, the joy, the happiness, the vitality, the love, the financial freedom in the most perfect way. So that's why we have to do the inner work. And it's like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. It's not something you set and forget. You keep at it. You practice it every day. Even if you start with 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but you owe it to yourself. And while you're doing this self love and self forgiveness, throw a little party in there. Do some celebrating. Just have fun with it, because it doesn't have to be doom and gloom. Pop a bottle of champagne when you're done. Whatever you want to do, It is about, we are here to enjoy the food. I'm kidding, only partially. We are here to enjoy this entire experience within our bodies and on this planet. So take the time to appreciate yourself. Until the next time, live simply and be kind.